Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, the Loner Ranger, right here locally on Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. Last 32 years, that's right. Been in the mortgage business for 32 years. You'd think I'd be tired by now. Holy moly. I got to tell you something. I have had so much fun in this business helping you folks out, and I'm so grateful. I get so many great people stopping by my office that are listeners on my show and Cleve Loveland's show. That I just want you guys to know how much I really appreciate that. It's just an opportunity to be part of the community, and it's been so much fun helping so many of you out there. You have so many choices to choose in mortgage companies. You could choose the guy that's giving away $70 trillion in closing costs, okay? And if you like that idea and you think that's a good deal for you, you should do that. You could go with the people that, I don't know, they have rocket ships that they say are fantastic. You can go with them too. Great options for all of you. But here's the thing that I want you to realize, okay? This is it. So local guy in the market, 32 years, one of the top producers, not only in Central Florida, but nationally. Don't tell you that to be impressive. Tell you that just to impress upon you that it's the real deal. I'm not some guy that you find on the internet that's working in his garage in Hoboken, okay? I am local. I got a local business. I got a receptionist that answers phone calls, and I have a team of people that return phone calls. And we're here to make sure you have great service. Now, why is that important? Because, we've become this Amazon community where we want everything at our doorstep right now. I'm no different than you are. We want everything at our doorstep right now. But the fact of the matter is we've been sucked into this belief system that all of this stuff is true. The social internet's true, the interweb's true, whatever it's called, the Facebook and all that stuff is all true. And you have all these friends out there. Okay, listen, none of it's true. You know what the truth is? Shaking hands, meeting people, being appreciated, getting a return phone call, getting an honest deal. What's the old honest handshake? That's what's really important. And I think that our society has gotten so far away from that. You won't be away from that when you deal with Bruce Woodburn at CrossCountry Mortgage. Call me at 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313 or webringyouhome.com. So I want to tell you something that I was reading the other day. It's almost 85% of people that are getting a mortgage on a purchase or refinance are dissatisfied and don't close on time or at all. 85%. That's embarrassing. That's ridiculous. You won't be an 85%er if you come to me. You'll be a 15%er. We return phone calls. We close on time. Matter of fact, if you're going to buy a home, ask me about my fast track loan program. I still close in 21 days. Find a lender out there that'll close in 21 days. They're almost non-existent. I guarantee my close time. I'm seeing clients struggling every day because they're getting outbid on properties that they're making offers on. And you listen to my show and you call me up and go, yeah, Bruce, I went to this other lender and they promised me everything. Now they're not returning my calls. Well, of course they're not returning your calls because you got sucked into the Amazon deal. So you were getting the Rolex watch that's $40,000 for $350. That's why. It's not real. It's just not real. Find what's real. Find the real deal. You know where the real deal is? At 2729 West Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. You can stop by my office and see me. If you had a problem with me, my team, my closing, you don't have to try to go to the interweb and find me. You just come to my office. We'll put out the problem. We'll put out the fire. I don't avoid issues. Like I'm in a business. Okay, my business revolves around all the clients' little issues. Okay, I know you don't think you have any issues. You guys all have your issues. I got my issues, okay? I got tons of issues, okay? But it all revolves around that because, I'm really, I got pretty good credit. I'm really good. What's your credit score? Well, it's 750. Well, I just pulled it up and it's 640, okay? But that's okay, all right? And I don't have any issues. Well, but wait a minute. Are you still paying child support and alimony? How about that divorce decree that I would need? Everybody's got their stuff, okay? But that's my job. I navigate through that. I help you get through that. So we get you to the closing table smoothly and on time. You want to be one of the 15% that loves their mortgage company, that refers me to your friends and family. I'm applying for the job. Put me to the test. I want to earn your business. I don't want you to listen to my show or one of my ads or call me because you thought that I sounded impressive. I'm not impressive. I'm just a dude that's working to help you get a great mortgage. That's what I do. But here's what I am. National producer, all 50 states, one of the top producers nationally, and I've got a team of people that, by God, they return phone calls, okay? And I do a daily team meeting every morning for every file that I have in my pipeline. It sounds excessive. It's excessive, okay? It's huge. But I do it so that I can be on top of your file. I know what's going on. Now, that doesn't mean that Tracy or Sarah or Chase or one of them aren't calling you to gather your documents and say, hey, Betty, how come you haven't given me the deed statement yet? How come you haven't given me your bank statement? That's what they're trained to do. They're trained to stay on top of you so they get the documents so I can close on time. So I'm one of the 15%ers and not one of the 85%ers that don't close on time and have dissatisfied clients. I mean, I know I gotta be persistent about documents, but I'm in the business of documentation. I'm in the business of loaning people hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. I think there might be a little documents involved in that. But here's the thing. Know what the documents are up front. We ask for as much as we can. A lot of people have called me in the past. This is the truth, okay? So, with me, you get the real deal. You don't get the fake news. You get my issues, okay? I explain my issues. I share my issues with you, and I share my successes, and I share my failures, okay? So here's one of the things that I deal with, okay? Clients call me up and go, hey, Bruce, you know what? I called my bank, and they gave me a pre-approval letter, and they haven't asked for nearly as many documents as you have. Oh, I know that. Of course they haven't. They will. But it'll be just before closing, and they'll say, oh, we can't close on time because we need this, this, and this. So the loan arranger, he don't do it that way. He says, no. I want you to be a 15%er, not an 85%er. We're going to close on time. So I'm going to get all these things up front. Is it a little bit more work for you up front? Yes. Is it a heck of a lot more stress for you before closing? Oh, yeah, a lot more stress release. So we'll just get it done up front. We work together. Hey, here's the thing. If I ask you for a document, just get me the document. And I close you on time. I don't ask you for a document to make my life better. You think I want to ask you for more documents? I don't want to ask you for more documents. I just want to close your loan. If I didn't have to get you ask for anything, I would. But here's the thing. Here's the great thing about my company. We are a direct lender with what's called no overlays. What's an overlay? An overlay is a restriction on top of what Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac or Ginnie Mae or VA have on their own lending guidelines. So you have to remember, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, HUD, which is FHA, and VA, they don't lend money. They only insure loans and purchase money. That's all they do. They don't originate loans. I originate loans. Banks originate loans. Mortgage companies originate loans. Credit unions originate loans. They buy them or insure them. So they set the guidelines for all of us. It's no different for anybody else. But why does it seem different? Because they put overlays on their mortgages. Because they're mitigating risk. So if they want to reduce their fallout or their default or their early payment defaults or late payment defaults, they'll put additional restrictions on their guidelines that you have to jump through those hoops. Well, sometimes it's prudent. They just need to do it because they may have too many defaults or too many late payments. So they add these extra restrictions on, like minimum credit score requirements. So the reason I don't do that is because I'm a national company and I do a lot of loans. And I know that if I approve your loan, you're going to make your payments on time. Why wouldn't you make your payments on time? You don't want to be foreclosed on. Who wants to be foreclosed on? Like, my foreclosure ratios are beyond low, All lenders have them because I have people die, I have people lose their jobs, things like that can happen. But mine are extraordinarily low, and yet I still don't have overlays. Why? Because I have prudent underwriting guidelines. That's why. I go by Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae. That's what I do. I don't make up my own guidelines. The only thing I have overlays on are construction perms, which I do more construction perms than anybody I know in town. And I have the best construction perms of any lender I know in town. Okay. And I do have some overlays when it comes to mobile homes. Okay. So that's it. Why do I have some restrictions on construction perms and mobile homes? Because they're higher risk. That's why. So I put a little bit of restrictions on there. When my default ratio went up, I identified what was the problem and I fixed it. But, I had a client call me up the other day, was referred to me by a real estate agent. And she says, well, Bruce, I don't know what you can do any different for me because I've already been to USAA and Veterans United and some other crazy VA lender, because she was a veteran, by the way. And they've all told me that you can't do a VA manufactured home and use your VA. Well, that's not true. That's not a VA guideline. Well, they told me it was. Well, of course they told you it was because that's their guideline. They may have alluded to the fact that it's VA's guideline, but it ain't VA's guideline. It's like somebody says, FHA won't do loans under 580. Yes, they will. Actually, FHA doesn't even have a credit score requirement. The lenders have a credit score requirement. 407-706-3313. Write that number down. I mean, you're not only going to need me for you one day, but you're going to need me for your kids, your friends, your coworkers. If you're a real estate agent, quit dealing with these turkeys out there. Use somebody that knows what they're doing, is going to get the job done and close on time. 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. I'm the Loan Arranger. Or go right to my website right now and do an online application for purchase or refinance. That's not my website. My website is WeBringYouHome.com. WeBringYouHome.com. You miss my show on Sundays. You're on your way to church. You can't hit the rest of the show. You miss part of it. Check me out on the YouTube channel. Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger YouTube channel. Check me out on the Spotify. Okay? Check me out on iHeartRadio podcast. Check me out on all these things. You can listen to me. But most important, you write my phone number down, because you might not need me today, but you're going to run across somebody at work, at church right now, on your way home, and they're renting. Anybody that's renting, stop them, grab them by the shoulders, give them a shake, then give them a hug and say, I'm going to help you. I'm going to turn you on to the Loan Arranger. He's going to help you. Be generous. Help people. If you got money and you're a parent, you have adult children or a grandparent, and you're going to end up giving money to them later in your inheritance when you die and you can't watch them grow with it and enjoy their money, then that's fine. Or you could help them right now with the down payment to buy a home. And don't call me up and go, well, prices are too high right now. They're at an all-time high. Of course they're at an all-time high. Every day they're at an all-time high. And tomorrow there'll be a higher high than today. And the next month they'll be higher again. Well, I mean, come on. We could go back to 1974 and you could buy the house that you're looking at now for $4.25 for $36,000. But it looked high when it got to $40,000 in 1978. So it's all relative. It doesn't make any difference. You pick up the phone and you call the Loan Arranger at 407-706-3313. He's going to help you. He's going to help your friends. He's going to help your family. Why do I talk in the third person? I don't have any idea why I'm doing that. Just pick up the phone and call me, the Loan Arranger, at 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. I will be back in 5 minutes with more of a significant market update. What's going on with Kabul? What's going on with all the shenanigans in our government, and how is it affecting you and your money? Welcome back to the Loan Arranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, the Loan Arranger. What a beautiful Sunday. I hope you're having a great day working around the yard. Maybe you're going to church or coming home from church. And, I just want you to know that I'm thinking about you. And you know what? I'm thinking about our country right now. So this show is about, mortgages and real estate, how to save money, how to make money and invest in real estate. And that's what I'm really all about. But I also get a lot of questions about what's going on with the state of the market. What are interest rates doing? What direction are things going in? Is it a good time to buy? Did I miss the boat? Are prices going to come up? Are we going to see a crash and prices are going to come down? Well, let's just talk a little bit about that. I don't know if I can give you all the answers, but I can tell you I watch the market all day, all day, all day. That's what I do. I do things not to predict the market, but to look at indicators that help me guide you in the right direction. So I can say, hey, John, I think it's a good time to lock your rate. Or, hey, John, you know what? Let's hold off a day or two and let's just see if things improve a little bit better. Well, why, Bruce? Why do you think they should improve? So we go into dialogue like that, and that's what I do to help my client. But so let's just talk about what's going on with kind of the state of the economy right now, because you see all this shenanigans going on with our government. I mean, I think that the people that are leading this country are a joke right now, an absolute joke for them to let this stuff happen with Kabul. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think we shouldn't be pulling out of Afghanistan. I really do. But there's a way to do it strategically, and there's a way to do it and not know what you got to do. Okay. And when your leader of your country doesn't have any military experiences and never made a good military decision, or quite frankly, a good decision for our country at all, for anything, ever, I think that it's a travesty that this is not only happening to the people of Afghanistan and Kabul, but all the people that we hired to translate for us, all the people that trusted our country to take good care of them because they put themselves on the line there just by being a translator for the U.S. Now, that's one thing. Then you got all of our military people that served in Afghanistan in the past. For the last 20 years, served in Afghanistan. All you did went for nothing just now. In 92 hours, it just went to nothing. And I think that's horrible. So here's the thing. I'm all about my military. I love my country. I'm an immigrant of this country. Many of you may not know that. You think the Lone Ranger, just some kind of redneck mortgage guy. Yes, that's what I am. However, I am an immigrant to this country. I went through the immigration process. So all my friends out there that want to become citizens, I did the process. I went through the process myself personally. So I'm passionate about that. But I want to tell you something. The men and women that fought for our country, I want you to know how much I appreciate you. And I will take extra special care of my active military men and women, my active police department, but my military. You people watched friends die. You came back with PST. You came back with missing limbs. All of these things that you put yourself on the line for me and my family and all my listeners' family. I want you to know how much we appreciate you. That it doesn't go unnoticed from the general public. It may go unnoticed from the leaders of this country right now, but that will change. That will change. And you have my support, and you have my love and my caring and my compassion, and I will be there no matter what to help you. You need me, any of you out there, you call me at 407-706-3313. Write that number down because that's my personal cell phone number. 407-706-3313. I hope you support your country the way I do. You can go to my website, apply for a mortgage. I'll make sure you're taken care of. All my VA, I mean, all of you guys know I take great care of you. My veterans, really taking really good care of you guys. We want to make sure that you get the best of the best of the best. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. WeBringYouHome.com. Don't apply for a mortgage with me because you hear me on this radio show. Apply with me because I care about you and I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. I'll be back in 5 minutes. More of the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn. CrossCountry Mortgage. Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I'm the Lone Ranger. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. And Thanks for tuning into my show. I know that you're really busy on the weekends. You know, you guys work so hard during the week, and Sunday's a time for relaxation, going to church, you know, visiting with your friends and family at church, and just enjoying what this great country has to give us. So I appreciate you listening to my show. You're on your way to church. You're on your way home from church. Maybe you're tinkering around the yard or doing some yard work or something like that, and you tune into the Lone Ranger radio show on for CrossCountry Mortgage on WDBO. And I just want you to know I appreciate that. So my last segment, I know I went off a little bit on a tangent on the whole government thing with Kabul and our military, but I'm telling you, I'm just super passionate about our military and really supporting them. You know, I was telling you in the last segment of the show, and by the way, if you want to call me, my personal cell phone is 407-706-3313, 407-706-3313, or go to my website at webringyouhome.com. So I know I was going off a little bit about how I'm so disappointed about our government and how they carried out the whole Kabul thing and all that. So in the support of my military, listen, I don't like to see anybody in the military that served for my country ever disrespected. And I feel like the whole way this thing's gone down is a big disappointment and disrespectful. Now, having said that, do I think we should be out of Afghanistan? Yes, most people do. But there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, okay? That's like, you know, sometimes relationships don't work out. You know, you're going to end up getting divorced. Sometimes they don't work out. So you either just move out of the house in the middle of the night, or you say, honey, it hadn't been working out. Let's go to marriage counseling. Let's see if we can figure it out. Let's do the best we can. Let's come up with an exit strategy for the children so we don't affect the children negatively, so that they know that we love them and we care for them. That's an exit strategy. You do this correctly. You don't jump out in the middle of the night. That's what we did. We jumped out in the middle of the night. So I want to give back to all my military people. Don't think the USAA and Veterans United and all them are really a VA program. They tote themselves to be, but they're not. The Lone Ranger has been doing VA loans for 32 years. That's right, 32 years. I've closed thousands of VA loans. And you know something? It's the loan, it's a client that I'm most passionate about. The most passionate about. You have my personal cell phone number. All you got to do is write it down. You're driving around right now. You're working in the yard. Stop the lawnmower. Write this down, 407-706-3313. Or go to webringyouhome.com. I'll help you refinance. I'll save you money. I'll help you purchase a home. I'll save you money. I got construction loans for 5% down on VA. Nobody got those. I got them. The Lone Ranger, 407-706-3313. Let's talk about something else I'm passionate about, my police, my law enforcement. Okay? So listen, here's the thing. We need police. We need law enforcement. Yeah, there's a few bad apples out there, but it's so small. Like, a good cop can't stand a bad cop. So why would we defund anybody? No, we're going to fund the heck out of you guys. Matter of fact, I'm going to personally fund you. You come to me. You're a police officer, you're in law enforcement, you're a correctional officer, you come to me, you ask me for my home program. It also works for teachers and first responders and healthcare workers. It's called Home Ownership Made Easy. Home Ownership Made Easy. Special program that I developed through CrossCountry Mortgage that gives you incentives of up to $2,198. Real money, like real money. Discounts on rates, discounts on closing costs, so I can help you. Why? Because you deserve it. You deserve it. Okay? And that's not an advertisement. I'm applying for the job. I want to help you. Put me to the test. Okay, so here's something I want to talk about, because this is a mortgage show. This is not a police show, and this is not a VA show. It's not about our government show. But it's my show, so I can talk about anything I want to. That's right. So here's what I want to talk about right now. My police. You're a cop out there. You're in law enforcement. You're married to a cop. We lost one of our finest this week, a Daytona Beach police officer, Jason Rayner, who was shot in the head by a jerk, a maniac, a criminal for no reason. No reason. The The cop wasn't chasing after him. He wasn't disrespecting him. He wasn't kneeling on his head or his neck. He just came to see what he was doing in the area and check it out. You know what? He was shot in the head, and he's got a family, and he's like 27 years old. 27 years old. 26 maybe. It's crazy. And I want you to think, I know there's a GoFundMe page. I donated to the GoFundMe page when he was shot. I'm going to donate even more now that he's lost his life because his family is going to need us all, okay? So I want to be there for him. So if you're in law enforcement, and I know there's funds that a lot of you have through the FOP and the PBA. By the way, I am the official lender for the FOP and PBA. You want, if you belong to one of those, either one of those unions, you call me. You get special programs, okay? My affinity program will take care of you. But let's help the family out for Jason Rayner, who put his life on the line for you and me in Daytona. And so, I'm over in Daytona every weekend on my boat. This cop even used to patrol the marina that I hang out at. And something, it just makes me sick to my stomach. And I know this show is not about political stuff, okay? But here's the thing. Everybody needs to reach out and help this family. And I'm going to do it. I'm asking you to do it as well. That's my message for today. So 407-706-3313. That's 407-706-3313. Let's uplift it now just a little bit here. Let's see what we can do. Let's talk about the economy, okay? What's going on in the economy? I'm going to tell you something. I watch the economy like all day long. I have charts and screens all over my desk. You want to come visit my desk? Come see me. I got this big old desk. It's an old church door, as a matter of fact. And then I've converted it into a live studio. So I do my interviews here, my television shows, my podcasts, my YouTube radio. Everything's all done from my little desk here on Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park at the corner of I-4 and Fairbanks, near the Fairbanks Curve, famous Fairbanks Curve. Come by and see me. Just don't stop by. I'm not here all the time, okay? I go out and I visit builders. I teach classes in real estate offices. So don't just stop by unannounced, please. But call me up and say, hey, I want to come by and meet the Lone Ranger. I got a client I want to refer to him. I need help with a refinance. I want to buy a house. I'm going to be there to help you. I'm a real estate agent. Listen, here's the thing. I love real estate agents. But I think most real estate agents are easily persuaded to use a lender that they hear about or their friend of a friend knows. Don't do that. You're putting all my clients' loans at risk because 85% of mortgages don't close on time and the clients are dissatisfied. Why would you put your client in harm's way? No. You stop right now. You write my personal number down. It's 407-706-3313. Pull out your BlackBerry and write that number down. 407-706-3313. Then type in, if you can get in there, your little thumbs, WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. It's my personal website. It goes right to my application. You can apply now, English or in Spanish. Okay? Either one. You can even apply in Canadian if you want to. Doesn't matter to me. I'm there to help everybody. So let's help more clients. If you're a real estate agent, stop referring your clients or letting them not know where to go for a loan. They're coming into town from Hoboken and Pennsylvania and all these places. We're getting all these places. Everybody wants to leave Oregon and Washington and Georgia and New York and New Jersey. They want to get the heck out of those places. They're nuts. They're cuckoos. Right? So they want to come down here where there's some stability. We love to have you guys. We want all you people here. Just don't bring that garbage from up there down here, right? We do things the old Southern way down here. All right? So we want you, but we don't want that stuff. We don't bring your garbage in here. Bring a great attitude and the Southern hospitality. Matter of fact, help me bring back the old Southern hospitality, right? Like Andy Griffin, right? If you don't believe me, just watch Andy Griffith's show. That's the Andy Griffith show. That's the way I like to live my life. like Andy did and Barney, okay? You remember Andy and Barney? 407-706-3313. I'm the Lone Ranger, helping people save money when they're buying a house. You're a real estate agent, give me a call. You're a builder, let's hook up. Let's do some business together. I got great clients I can refer to you. I close loans on time. I don't get extensions. I close on time. I have great rates. I'm a national company. Like CrossCountry, I think don't quote me on this, but I think we're running about 7th in production nationally. Like, it's a big company. But guess what? The Lone Ranger is just a local guy running a local business right here. That's me. 32 years. 20 years, same doggone location. That's right. You can knock on my door on Fairbanks Avenue in Winter Park. I'm right here. You can write my phone number down. What other lender gives out their cell phone number? I don't know any other lender gives out their cell phone number. On the air? 407-706-3313. You know somebody coming in from out of town? Don't let them go to the Rocket. Don't let them go to all these places where they think they're getting great service. That's the 85%ers that don't close on time and have dissatisfied clients. Don't fall for the gimmicks. Go to the real deal. I'll take care of you. VA, FHA, USDA. You know there's still 100% financing in a lot of Lake County and Osceola County. 100% financing. We do it all the time. Okay? FHA. No credit score requirements. As long as you can approve, I'll close your loan. I do it all the time. I save transactions every day. Why don't you come to me first instead of come to me third? Well, I went to the Rocket and I went to this and now they kept in and then they wouldn't return my phone calls. I don't know why they didn't return my phone calls. Well, that's because they were promising you a 2.5% rate and you got a 580 credit score. No wonder they didn't return your phone calls. Let me help you with that. Matter of fact, a lot of the folks that want to buy, I position them to buy, and they may not be buying tomorrow or next month, but I might put them in a position so they can go through my process and then improve your credit scores and get a great rate. How do you get the best rate? You have a great score. That's how you have a great rate. You have low debt ratio and a great score. It's not that complicated, you guys. It's not that complicated. Lenders don't really make up their interest rate that they charge. You do. You're the one making up your interest rate. You got great credit scores. You're putting a lot of money down. You have low debt ratio. You deserve the best score. You got crummy credit scores. Okay. You may not pay your bills on time. You got some junk in the trunk. Then you may not get as good of a score. You may not get as good of a rate. I mean, if your credit's in the toilet, then maybe you just need some help on getting it fixed. I can help you fix it. I have all the credit repair programs to help you fix it. But you got to pay attention to me. You got to listen to me. You got to follow my direction. You know, it's funny, about 1 in 10 people that I talk to that come to me and they go, I'm like, dude, you got like a 540 credit score and you have no money in the bank and you've switched jobs 3 times in the last 6 months. No wonder nobody's going to give you any money. You're unstable, okay? That's tough to do. Follow my path. So then I put them on a path and I say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. Write this down. We're going to do this, this, and this. And then we follow up with them. And next month there's an excuse. And the next month there's an excuse. And the next month there's an excuse. And then we're a year later and they go, well, I called you a year ago and I still don't own a home. I know, but you're in the same boat you were in then. Listen to what I say and I'll get you fixed. You want to help kick them turkeys out of the house? You're a parent, grandparent, you're supporting all these adult children. Stop that. Stop that. Let's help them get into a home. You're going to give them inheritance money later. You might as well watch them do it now. If they put it in the house right now, it's stuck in the house. They can't spend your money on a new ATV or an 80-inch screen TV and a George Foreman grill. Let's help them today, and you can watch them amass wealth. I'll help you. 407-706-3313. 407, well, that's not the toilet we want. We want the Lone Ranger. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. The Lone Ranger, WeBringYouHome.com. I look forward to hearing from you. We'll be back in 5 minutes with the last segment of the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry. Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I'm the Lone Ranger. What a beautiful Sunday. Thank you so much for listening to my show. This show is really designed to help you. Okay, it's really designed to help you save money. I love helping people save money. So when it comes to a mortgage, who do you know you can trust? Do you trust the Rocket? Do you trust who do you trust? The person that's given away $7 million and paid for closing costs? Well, maybe you should. I don't know. I can just tell you this much. Anytime I've ever felt or heard somebody that says they're going to give me something for free, my mama told me,
hey, my mama didn't raise no fool.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
Wow. So listen, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So let's just go with somebody we like and trust. I'm applying for the job. 85% of people that get a mortgage are dissatisfied with the mortgage, don't close on time. Well, why do you want to be an 85%er? That's ridiculous. Who wants to be an 85%er? I want to be in the top 1%. So 15% of people that get mortgages are satisfied. 15%. That's pathetic. That's just pathetic. You want somebody you can trust, going to get you through the process, get you a great mortgage, close on time? Don't overpay for a mortgage. You shouldn't overpay for a mortgage. You want somebody to pay your closing costs? We got programs to pay your closing costs. It's not my shtick, though. You know why it's not my shtick? Because why do I want to charge you a higher rate over the life of your loan to pay a couple of $1,000s in closing costs when you have the equity to do it? You can't do it on a purchase, okay? Nobody does it on a purchase. But on a refinance, they say, yeah, I paid all these closing costs. They didn't pay closing costs for you. You paid it in your rate. Smarten up. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. There's no such thing as a free lunch. But here's what you do get. With me, honest, return phone calls, trusted advice, a guy that's been in the business locally in this town for 32 years. Same doggone location for over 20 years. Great Google reviews, great Zillow reviews, great realtor reviews, great client reviews. Am I perfect? Heck no, I'm not even close to perfect. If you don't believe me, just ask my wife and kids. I'm not perfect at all, but I'm a great lender. Why am I a great lender? I surround myself with really good people that help you out. My team is honest and trustworthy. We don't lie. We don't fabricate. We don't mislead. Sometimes I got to tell you some bad news. You got some junk going on in your trunk. And sometimes I got to tell you some bad news. But we'll help you fix it. I've had plenty of junk going on in my trunk in the past, believe me. But I'm going to help you navigate that. But you don't need the shenanigans, all the BS stories that everybody gives you and promises you the world and delivers a big turd. That's not what you want. You want honesty. You want a great rate. You want an honest rate. You want the guy that's going to reach out his hand and shake your hand and say, I got this covered for you. I'm going to be there for you. That's me, the Lone Ranger. 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. That's my personal doggone phone number. Stop the car and write it down. Pull the lawnmower over for a second. You got your headphones on. You're mowing your yard today. Coming back from church, enjoying your time with the family, working around the yard. Call me. Save my number. I want to help your family. I want to help your friends. That's what I want to do. Stop by and see me. I want you to put me to the test with your friends and family. Let's help friends and family together. By the way, if you're an adult and have adult children, if you're a grandparent and have adult children and they're renters, stop the car. Let's help them become a homeowner. You're going to give them an inheritance anyway. Why don't we give them a gift of equity? That way you know your money that you gave them is protected. It's not going to the George Foreman grill and the 80-inch screen TV and a new boat. It's going to go to something that's going to amass some wealth down the road. I mean, come on. They buy a $300,000 house. By the time you're dead, it'll be worth $500,000. Let's help them now. I'm the Lone Ranger, CrossCountry Mortgage. WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Visit my website and let me help you become a homeowner. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Thank you for listening to my show. 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend.